Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all keeping well on this Friday afternoon. For those of you who are working, weekend's coming. Right, I'll bring the guys in.
Yes.
Here we go. And today we've got Mark and we've got Dale. I did send an invite out to Jamie as well, but I believe he's out shopping at the moment because I believe there's going to be some beer involved this weekend somewhere along the line.
Couldn't possibly comment.
So, what are we doing? Right. I've got a big lump of cherry on the lathe at the moment. This is very wet. I only brought this cherry tree down, a couple of weeks ago, something like that. Mm-hmm. It's about 9 inches long by about, let's see, five and a bit in diameter. It'll end up at about 8 inches long. I'm not going to explain what I'm doing. I'm just going to let you see it develop. So I'll turn the lid on and the guys can keep me up to date with what's happening in the chat.
I'll read out the loonies then. Are you ready, everyone? We have Andy H. And we have Barry's Wood Creations with Brian at Hartwood Turning. We have Charlie Taylor, Chris Dodds, Doug Miller at Woodspun Round, Douglas Manning, Duncan the Curly Turner, Eric Winkler, Gerard the French Turner, Harry and Robert at Hodgepodge Woodworks, Ian in the Shed, Ian Leonard, Lawrence Begida, Malcolm Douglas, Rex B, Robert Dolman, Ruby Clare, Terry Bartlett, the Wood Dude himself, the Wood Jedi, Wayne the Wood Turner, and Wood Wizardry by Colin. I suspect a couple of other lovely people snuck in there just as I was getting going. Also, we have Amy DeAngelis is in, and Mr. Stacey Smith. Hello.
The link at the top of the chat is to SK Crafts for tonight's live, where he's going to be turning, I believe, a German stick grenade.
He's going to be turning 360 degrees.
Bomb stick.
It's a banging chucker.
Banging chucker, yeah, that works. Hi everybody, hope you're all well.
Robert Dolman's in. We have 51 people watching, young Wayne, and 16 thumbs up. Stephen Miller's in. So, for those of us that are experiencing a lunch, and for those of us that are having a bit of a brunch, and for those of us that are having a bit of a breakfast, what are we all eating? Oh, Wayne wrestles this formless piece of wood into something awesome.
I know what you've just eaten. Because I watched you eat it.
Yeah. I will be mostly having vegan and proper sausage rolls from Greg's. Robert Robinson's in. And Ian in the Shed's in. Ian reckons he's just at a crunchy. Robert's had a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios. Doug Mellis had banana Cheerios and coffee. Dr. Bob's on the English muffins. Chicken soup. Eric's not feeling well. Oh, sorry to hear that, Eric.
Sorry, Eric. Hope you feel better soon, mate.
Right, that'll do. Right, I'll just get this end parted off so I can get the chuck on.
Banana. Brian's being adventurous and having bananas.
And beat a bit of a potassium stick.
Are you watching us live from the tractor today, Brian? Douglas Mungham tells us he's just had a sausage, egg, and bacon. I'm assuming a sausage, egg, and bacon sandwich, that may have been. Oh, he's retracted it. He retracted it, everyone. Was it the truth or was it a lie? Robert Dolman's had leek and potato soup, and fried egg sandwich. Was the soup in the sandwich or separately? Hashtag. Amy DeAngelis tells us she's just had fish and chips for dinner here. Oh my. Of course. I missed that one. Terry's on the bacon rolls.
Chris from Bailey Woodworks is in.
Benjamin's in. Hey, kids and older folks. I'm going to have to differentiate now, Benjamin. You've created a schism there. Schism. Jay's Cabin's driving, texting, and watching, I think that is. Chad the French Tennis says, Brian, you are not in Punchtown meeting? Question mark? As we create chicken and mushroom soup for him.
Douglas had a mushroom baguette as well.
Woohoo! Mushroom baguette. Is that like the shape of the baguette or contents?
Mushrooms on toast. That's a lovely thing. One of the things I
Nearly
miss.
as bad as veggie seepage. Benjamin says it's fish and chips barbecued, Amy.
Woodworm Paul, Woodworm Paul.
Tommy's Woodshop is in. Robert Stewart, Bob Stewart, the Island Woodturner. Hi all. Hey Bob.
Well, can anybody in the chat guess what maybe Wayne is making? See some of your guesses.
Give you a hint. It's not food related.
It is definitely not food related.
And has no medical purposes whatsoever. Now Brian's not on the tractor, he tells us. Do I mention bananas on buttered white bread with a drizzle of honey? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Martin, Woody's Creations is saying, are you making man glitter, Wayne? Is it a
I'm making what?
Stephen Gordon?
No,
Is there a few guesses? Is it a flower vase? Is it a cherry vase? Is it a hollow form? Or are you making man glitter?
It could well be a vase. Oh, nearly ended up on the floor.
Dropsies. Oh, Mr. Stacey Smith, a cheese and onion sandwich. Yes. Can't beat a good plain cheese and onion sandwich.
You can get as far as I can get as far as the cheese. I'm not a fan of the onions. I have a definite issue with onions. And all other members of the Allen family. Rex is in somewhere. I missed Rex. He's up there.
Hi,
Ruby's going to hang in there with shavings.
Good call, Ruby.
Gerard, the French tunnel, says the only banana I like is the dried baby banana from Madagascar. Must confess, I don't remember that character.
Or from the film. No.
Yeah, I don't remember the character specifically. And Martin's reckon Canadian steak rolls from the Spa Shop.
I'm hungry now.
Bear with me a minute.
Young Gerard saying he's having a warm salad of confit gizzard.
Okay, what's that?
Look at that. Myself and Brian are retaining the cultural stereotyping is that we both don't like onions. I wonder if you can marinate chicken in iron brew.
Yes, you can.
Can you really?
Yes.
I wonder how it tastes. I suspect vile, but anyway. Woodburn Paul tells us toasted cheese and piccalilli sarnie.
Oh, toasted cheese and piccalilli.
Toasted cheese and Branston pickle. That would be good as well.
Steve Ellis, he says, honey, hello folks. Sorry late. Nurse just left. Oh, hope you're all right, Steve. No, I think toasted cheese, butter, and a healthy slap of baked beans. And if you want to go to town, chuck some bacon in with it. Billy Woodwork says, Pop Tart and coffee for him, but sitting on a balcony watching the beach in pajamas still. You mean you're not watching Wayne? Hodgepodge says, onions are so important in so many dishes. Yes, and they can stay in the dishes and not in me.
So is that a spindle gouge, Wayne?
No, this is my 1/4-inch bowl gouge.
Oh, okay.
Oh, heck. Steve Ellis has said it. He said toasted cheese and veggie seepage.
Marmite sandwiches.
Rexby, I had shredded wheat and milk, he reckons, mate. How's your stomach doing? Are you hungry? That was to you, Win. Sorry. How you doing?
Charlie Taylor's asking what you're making. You have to wait and see. It's going to be a surprise.
It's not it has no medical purpose whatsoever.
It's not food related,
and it's not food related. These are things we can tell you. It may or may not be a vase.
Andy H.
Watching Young Win.
Andy H. He's got macaroni cheese. I've got macaroni cheese for dinner tonight.
You have 68 watching Young Wayne and 23 thumbs up. Folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, please hit that thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber already, go on, hit that subscribe button and give that notification bell a ring. Feel free to leave Wayne comments on the show underneath. Wayne loves to hear from you. At the top of the chat today, we have a link to SK Crafts, who's on this evening. Go check him out. And if you really like what Wayne's doing, feel free to find the link in his description to buy him a coffee.
Right, I'll just start this off with a shorter blade in my drill.
Chris Dodd says
reckons it's after you, sir.
Chris Dodd says it's too tall for a gazunder.
Well, could goes over, but it doesn't goes under. Mr. Smith, are we on the food channel? Yes, sir, we are. We are today. It's lunchtime, so food features heavily, certainly in my mind. You have 70 watching, young sir.
Excellent.
Douglas Mangum reckons that you might be making a lampshade, Wayne.
No. Right, I'll tell you what I'm making. It's called a split pot vase. Originally done by a turner called Paul Clare, I think his name was or is. I'm not very sure if the guy's still alive or not. Based in Wales. And the example that I've seen in the book is from the mid-90s.
Mark Stroughton's in. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark. You had your coffee yet?
Coffee for one upstairs, please.
Douglas Mangum says, QQ, when are you going to stitch it?
No, I'm not going to stitch it. It's not going to be that type of split. In fact, really, I don't know why it's called a split pot, because it doesn't really get split. Right. I might well be colouring this, because it does look better in black. And what's going to happen is I'm going to use intrinsic colours. I know it's a very wet piece, but the intrinsic colours should work. Because they are water-based, so it doesn't matter if the wood's wet or not. You won't see the actual finished product during the live, because I've got to take it in the house and put it in the microwave to get the effect.
Jennifer's Crafting Creations is in.
Hi, Jennifer.
$78 watching, young Wayne.
Excellent.
Sid repurposing his into.
Hi, Sid.
I said.
Clive Rogerson is here too. Amy says she'll be back in a minute. She's not giving us a reason where she's going, though. Shall we make one?
She's probably taking our plate back to the kitchen because she's finished our fish and chips. Yeah.
We never got an answer if they were being made on a barbecue, though. That was a question that was fielded by someone. John S. Castings in. The Hodgepodge has given us a rendition of a very famous Rolling Stones track. He says, I see a wood blank and Wayne wants it painted black. No wood grain anymore. Wayne wants them to turn black. Well done.
Very good.
Gerard, there's the link for the book that Ruby was talking about.
Mark, I've just clicked on that link. It's come up 50 Shades of Grey. Was that really the one you were after?
Yes.
I haven't got that book. I'm sure I've got the video, though. Old style
What, 50
VHS.
Shades of Grey? What,
No.
50 Shades of Grey?
No. Wood Turning Boxes by Chris Stott.
Ah, Chris Stott. Do you know, I think I've got that book.
Well, we've both got a book on turning boxes, but I don't think that one's by Chris Stott.
$77 watching. Andy Lernethley's in. Hi, Andy.
Nope, you're right enough. The one I've got is by Tony Lydgate. And I've got more of a generic 40 Fantastic Boxes book. So Tony Lydgate's the one I've got.
Right. Texturing tool.
Benjamin's trying to get you to pick up a challenge. Wayne, I have a challenge for you. Could you turn all 50 boxes from Chris Stott's book for charity? Should only take a couple of hours. 126 pounds.
I haven't got the book, but I can remember some of the boxes that Chris turned. I met him a couple of times at wood turning shows back in the 90s.
To be honest, I didn't look at the price. I just looked at the link. Christ, 125 quid for a book.
Oh, that turned out nice. Right, I'm going to bring the tailstock back up again.
So, just to make everyone let's feel the pain a bit less. Same book, same place. 50 quid on this link.
Still bloody expensive. Still expensive though for a bloody
Very
book.
expensive. And they're all used. So be under no illusion that £50 one. And there's only one, and it's £50. 50 of Her Majesty's finest pounds. I reckon we could probably get that down a bit with a bit more discovery work. But I reckon
Jennifer's going to make Mark a cup of coffee finally.
Splendid.
Eric, Wayne's making a split vase.
You'll be able to see the full effect of it later on today after I've taken it in the house, put it in the microwave for a wee while to get the warping that I'm after.
So if you're looking for the book, the cheapest I can find, and I'm usually pretty good with this thing, is the link I posted in the chat. There's only one of those at £50. Everywhere else, it's in the 80s, 90s, or 100s. You have 74 watching. Folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, please hit that thumbs up. And if you aren't already a subscriber, go on, push that red subscribe button and make it grey. Give that notification bell a bit of a clang, whatever you're doing. And if you want to let Wayne specifically know how you feel about these videos, you want to say something big, leave him a comment below. We'd love to read them. Top of the chat, we have a link to SK Crafts is on this evening. I think it's 7:30.
7:45.
And go and check it out.
Eric was asking, what was the tool you were using on the end piece, please? The texturing tool.
Oh, the texture, that's the Robert Sorby texturing tool. The Robert Sorby spiraling and texturing tool. I'm not getting a very good cut with that.
40 grand. I mean, we're 20 minutes in and you're not finished.
That's better.
Eric tells us all his vases split because the wood is so wet. For an hour. I'm going to make it a mission now to find somewhere you can buy that book for less than 20 quid. I need to take JP a present tomorrow. I'm going to take him one of the pictures. I don't know which one I should take. What are you getting in his workshop that doesn't take up too much space?
Well, for Jamie, I think appropriately it should be the Joker.
Which one though? I've done 3 Jokers in the last year. Yeah. Greg Alexander, how are you doing, sir? I'll wait to hear you taking a breath and I'll do that deliberately. David Miller's in. As you've been in for a while, David, I apologise.
Hi, David.
You have 80 watching, young sir.
Excellent. Cheers, guys. Turn the speed up a bit. That's better.
Lawrence says that JP is looking for the shop where Wayne buys his music.
fly the bars.
Right, I just want to set my calipers up, or set a set of calipers up.
Wayne, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is there a trick to not getting a flat spot in the bottom of that cove? Because whenever I do deep coves like that, I always end up with a bit of a flat in the center. Or is it just experience?
I'd say it's probably experience. Oh, butterfly just flew past.
Mark suffers from premature flattenation.
What you try to do, Mark, is obviously you're working from both sides.
Yeah.
Okay. So you come down in one side, follow the curve around till you get down to about the center. Then you come in from the other side and you do the same thing. And go at it again.
Oh, I see. You start lower down on the second cut.
And you should end up with something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Benjamin's asking, Wayne, out of interest, do you turn every day?
I turn most days, yes. Unless, well, I can't now. Seeing as how the shops have started opening up again, I am part of a arts and crafts cooperative, and each individual member actually mans the shop. So I think I've got 5 or 6 shifts during May, 2 in one shop and 3 in another shop.
Okay. He goes on to ask, how many hours a week do you turn?
How many hours a week? Oh,
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's say 5 days a week, because there are days I've got to do other things. 5 days a week, or 20 to 30, I don't know, 36, 37, something like that.
Yeah.
He basically does a working week in the shop.
Steve Ellis says, if Wayne isn't turning, he's baking bread.
Well, yes, there is that. Yeah, that's perfectly
that's a euphemism,
true.
right, folks? You know.
Charlie Taylor's asking, why do you need to colour it, Wayne?
Why? Because it looks better black. The best wood to actually do this out of is oak. I may well not colour this. I might just leave it natural because the colours in the cherry are looking really nice.
Oui, Barry is in. Bonjour, Barry.
Hey, Barry.
And Andy Lenethley's got to go back to work. See you later, Andy.
See you, Andy. Soon be the weekend.
Douglas Mungham asks, does Wayne run a baker's as well? Well,
You should do.
No, I sometimes wish I did.
Harry, when he was talking to Robert at Hodgepodge Woodcraft, says, I've got a lot of oak. Good for damn, Harry. Good for damn.
Well, what the guy did who originally did this, Paul Clare, instead of using the likes of black paint, ebonizing lacquer, wood stains, things like this, once he'd finished the vase, he actually soaked it in a bucket full of iron oxide.
That would be interesting. That would give it a very interesting patina.
Well, it works really well with oak because of the tannins in the oak.
Of course. TK Northlands is saying colouring, cherry, heresy.
It's not heresy. I did it the other day when I made the wine bottle.
Wayne's even been known to colour you.
You can imagine. I have an image of a number of pitchforks and bow gouges being brandished in the air, along with fiery blowtorches, as they turn up at your gate for blasphemy, Wayne.
Yeah, definitely. Right, bear with me a second. My parting tool needs a sharpen.
Keep watching, Wayne. Folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, or if you really like this vase, go on, hit that thumbs up. And if you aren't already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and make sure you get to see this content. And by doing so, you let the YouTube algorithm know that you're interested in watching other woodturning content, and it'll start making appropriate recommendations to you. So please hit that thumbs up.
Steve Ellis adds that vinegar and wire wool works well as an ebonizer.
Yeah, vinegar. Yeah, it does. Works very well.
Also for dealing with certain, quietly spoken about infections. Question from young Douglas. Wayne, vinegar and wire wool does the same thing, does it not?
It does.
Yes. Ask Steve, Doug. Steve's your man.
Here's going to be the real stupid question. Is it white vinegar or malt vinegar? Or any vinegar?
Any vinegar.
Apple vinegar. So are you planning to put the relevant, grooves, whatever on this one, using some kind of indexing jig or just by eye, Wayne?
No, they just go down this way. So okay. No need for anything like that. I'm just getting a bit of tear out on that top one, so I'll clean that up.
Douglas Mungham's asking, does it only work on oak?
It's got to be a wood with a high tannin content, which oak has.
Hodgepodge says it doesn't have to be wire wool, it can be rusty nails as well. The wool just dissolves quicker.
You can actually use, if anybody is on iron tablets for anything, you can actually crush up iron tablets and soak them in, dissolve them in water. That works as well.
We're turning by Barry's in. Hi, Barry.
Hello, Barry.
This parting tool is getting very hot.
Barry's asking, is Wayne going for a rib defect? If so, he likes it a lot. Yes.
I wondered where Barry was going with that.
So did
Right.
I.
I'll actually show you what the effect I'm going for. Just give this a bit of a blow off because it's covered in dust.
Rex B's asking, how deep are the cuts?
I'm not sure, Rex, tell you the truth. How deep are the cuts? Can't tell. Where's my... Let's... On the widest one, it's about 40 mil.
Malcolm Douglas is saying vinegar, citric acid, and iron steel for this will give off hydrogen as the metal dissolves. So don't do this in an enclosed container as it will eventually explode. Steve Ellis reckons the first cut's the deepest.
For now. Steve Cassidy says...
Cassidy, after you, sir. I'll let you do it.
Steve Cassidy says Douglas, it works on any wood with high tannin. So oak, false acacia, and walnut. If you have a wood with a low tannin, like ash, you can brush black tea in to add tannin, leave to dry, and then add the solution. Good tip. Hodgepodge is asking, are you making the cuts the same depth, meaning the inside shape at the bottom follows the outside curve?
No, what I'm doing, I'm trying to get the each one parallel. So I'm trying to get the center cylinder, if you like, parallel. So what I'll do now, I'll just see how wide that one is.
So basically the central column will be the same diameter all the way down through the center.
Yes, it will. Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit off that one.
Steve Flemington says, sorry he's late. It's all right, Steve, it's Friday. We relax the rules for being late on a Friday.
Rebel, Steve. Don't listen to him. Rebel. Sit at the front and pick your nose and flick it at him.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Throw soggy paper balls at him.
Say don't do that because I've had training as a teacher, which means I'm a crack shot with one of those wooden board rubbers.
Douglas Langham says, "All hail the Wood Jedi. Could you put a stop on the parting tool so the depth is all the same shape as the outside?"
Yes, you could.
But the stop would have to move to follow the contour of the vase, or it would have to be somehow long enough or deep enough to catch with the tool rest, right?
It probably would, yeah. Let's give this a bit of a sand off.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
In fact, what I'll do, I'll probably get Drilly onto this.
Uh-oh.
Jared's asking.
Jared's in. Oh,
Jared, go on, you do this
green wood for this project. Anyone or some to avoid?
No, any
green
wood
for this. Or any
green wood, yes, yeah. Wet wood. It's got to be wet wood because all of these ribs are going to warp.
And that's a catastrophe. So you better keep your pawns when you're dry. Available for bar mitzvahs and private functions.
He's here all week. Right. Try the veal. Don't forget to tip your waitress. Barry's having to go back to work. See you later, Barry. Take care, bud.
Baza! Bye, Baza! 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 Where are you going, Baza? Hodgepodge is suggesting if you want the ribs to remain straight, dry wood works. Oh, I see. Dry wood works.
I've just got a bit of a... Still got some bits of it. It doesn't really matter about the bits and everything. This is going to look very, very old and rustic once it's finished.
There's a bit at the top underneath and under the first one too.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to get that with the parting tool, I think.
Cast with Blake is in. Says you've got this.
Hi, Blake.
Douglas Mungham reckons that Walton on Nay's Pier are looking for an act. I think in reference to my singing. I imagine Walton and Hayes may empty if that was the situation, so perhaps not.
Right, and just to finish off, I think I'll put some beads on this. Except I'll not be able to find my bloody beading tool. At least not the one I want anyway.
Where did you think you would never put it?
Somewhere amongst this lot here.
You found it?
I found one of them.
Ah. Young Mr. Stacy Smith saying, "Oh, Hollywood Jedi, could you drill out could you drill out and insert a cylinder of a different wood inside to make it two-tone?" I see where he's going, meaning
I'm not sure, to tell you the truth.
Meaning that the center point would be a different tone of wood from the rest. Could assemble it, I suppose.
You probably could, but it would be hard to see the central cylinder, wouldn't it?
Probably.
Don't think you'd get a very good effect with that.
So I think woodwork is a good effect. You know, I mean, assuming you weren't going to burn it or ebonize it, would be to leave the center, the mouth of the vase and the base of the vase and the stem through the middle one color, a light color, and all the concentric rings a different wood, and assemble it that way. I think Ruby's mind is in a similar place to mine, which would be an assembly process where you're basically having to glue it together. And you turn down to the inner piece. Quite a pain, I would imagine.
Right.
Quite a good effect, though.
Right, so that is the effect that I'm going for.
That's wicked.
So it's wet wood. This will now go, because that's basically as far as I'm going. This will now go in the house, and I'll get it chucked. I would have, the consensus was, I think, don't colour it, so I'm not going to bother colouring it. I'm going to take it in the house, stick it in the microwave, and then once I've done that, I'll take some photographs of it. Just want to back this up and part it off. And I'll stick the photographs up on social media this afternoon. It shouldn't take long in the microwave.
Wrong camera, sir. Wrong camera.
There we go.
Rex B's asking, how long in the microwave, please?
That's a very good question. I'll probably have it on half power, and I'll probably do a series of about 20-second bursts until I get the effect that I'm after. There we go.
He's already hollowed it, Ruby. Or he's drilled it out with the force.
Well, all I've done, Ruby, is drill it out, so it'll take just some dried grass or something like that in there, dried flowers, something like that.
And Jared's asking, what would happen if you leave it for too long in the microwave?
It'll probably crack to hell, seeing as how it's wet and it's cherry. I'm expecting a couple of cracks on it anyway, but I'm not overly concerned with that. But so that's the finished piece, textured on the top using the texturing tool and the ribbed effect. I probably could have gone a bit thinner for the center stem, but we will see how it works. So I'm going to take this in the house now and get it
given
warped.
The size differential, given the size differential, this one looks more for the adventurous than the other one.
Yeah, I mean the other one, comparatively, the other one's quite small.
Mm. Mm.
Very nice.
But that's the effect that's the effect I'm gonna try and get. So and then I might even colour it after it's warped. We'll see. We will see. And the thing is, with inserting it, you could insert quite a small test tube type glass in here, but this will warp. It will warp and go oval, I would think. Right then.
Cool.
Right, I'll bring the guys back in. There we go. So remember, tonight we've got Steve from SK Crafts in, who's going to be doing a stick grenade. Hopefully not a real one.
Yeah, no, not a good idea.
Chuck and banger.
Chuck and banger. Oh, we used to have fun with the German language when I was across there in the army. Anybody know what Vassiliou Bahnhof is?
Lots of good.
Wasser toilet
No,
Bahnhof.
but I suspect. I'm not sure what it is. But it sounds,
Waterloo Station.
You know, personally, I'd developed an entirely different narrative. But
Yeah, we used to always say we were ausgepufft, very exhausted. Whenever anybody said, do you want some of this? We always used to say kein Panzer. No tanks.
Thanks. The only German I know is Zwei Crosby a bitter.
No, so what was the other one? A favourite one that we used to have? Holzhaugen. That was the other one that we used to have. Holzhaugen. Would I? Right, guys. And on that swift German lesson, I will let you get on with the rest of your day, the rest of your morning, the rest of your evening, whatever. Thanks very much for coming in, guys. Much appreciated. That's to everybody in the chat and obviously the earworms as well. And I will no doubt be talking to you this evening on Steve's show. Well, I think me and Mark are going to be there disrupting whatever Steve's doing.
Giving sagely advice.
Yeah. Oh, don't do it like that. Don't do it like that.
I thought you said you were going to colour it. No, don't colour it.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to press the button, guys.
Oh, that'd be good advice. No.
Right, I'm hitting the button. Bye for now. See you guys.
Bye, everyone.